Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of the Final Fantasy Legend. When we last left off, we had just entered the skyscraper here. So we have quite a bit of a long dungeon, and there's a few little gimmicks to this little dungeon. But we also want to, there's also a few new monsters, such as this ice crab here. Quite a few new monsters in this area that we want to pick up that, like I said, we can't really, a lot of these areas we won't be able to come back to later, so we want to make sure that we find them now. So, we'll do a little bit of hunting around for these monsters, so. Oh, right, meat of the ice crab. Let's see what we changed. A snowcat. Well, that makes sense. You get an ice crab to a snowcat. Now, these are kind of like elevators. When you want to go up, you head to the right. When you want to head down, you head to the left. So, we got these hidden passageways here. One of the first gimmicks. And speaking of, we just got a snowcat monster ourselves, and now we're going to fight a bunch of snowcats. So, it's not going to be useful against our snowcat. It's going to be useful against these snowcats because they're strong against ice. And that is one of the snowcat's attacks. So, but we have plenty of group attacks with the bazooka, thunder, fire from a monster. So we're going to head over here to this room first. Get some treasure in here. There's quite a bit of treasures in these areas. A hyper cannon. That is an instant death cannon. It basically eliminates every single monster on the field. It doesn't work obviously against bosses. Well, it does work against the four fiend refights. Yeah, spoilers. We're gonna fight the four fiends eventually again later. But the initial fights can't be used against them and other bosses. So, but against normal monsters, yep, guaranteed KO on everybody. So it's actually pretty good toward the end when if you run into like a large group of monsters. You know, three different monsters, and then each monster has multiple numbers in it. So, but we're gonna work our way back this way, head over to this hallway, but we don't want to head into that door. It's empty. We want to head down a little bit further to another hidden passageway. These sorcerers, they finally actually have spells that they can damage us with. So, yeah, the first few, the magicians and stuff, they only had the cure and sleep spell, so now these ones still have the sleep, but not so apt to use it. Take them out. Ooh, no damage. That's weird. Just use the longbow there. It's a weaker weapon than the peace sword, obviously, but because it doesn't base damage on any stats, but we'll use it when we just need a little bit of damage to an enemy. So, Mujo is the zombie over there on the right. Another new monster. These are AoEs. That should take it out pretty good. Yeah, you just see how. I wonder if Cess has maxed out her mana yet. So usually that's the first stat that a mutant will max out, their mana, and then it's usually followed by agility, strength, and then their defense, or hit points, then defense. So we got a thunder. So we still got that's basically a lateral transformation. Still the same tier monster, but we also got another multi-targeting attack with thunder. And here we have these rooms with a whole bunch of doors. There's a room in the center here, and there's another room here, but there's no treasure in them, so just showing off that there's rooms. But we want to hit, there's a hidden room over on this side, and when we go into this room, it's basically a little bridge that takes us across to the other side of the skyscraper. And once we get onto the other side, then we're going to actually start working our way down the skyscraper. So we went up 3 floors. Now we're going to go down 4 floors, so we're actually going to end up in the basement of the skyscraper. So, well, demon enemies. What a big group of them. So, we have, like I said, our multi-targeting attacks. So sadly, our monster Prin there has fire, and it seems like a lot of enemies do have a whatchamacallit, resistance to fire. So resistance to fire and quake seem to be the two most elements that are resisted. So Final Fantasy II, which was developed by the person who kind of made this game too, though, surprisingly, fire is the best spell. Most more monsters than any have weaknesses to fire in that game. So flipped it around a bit. So well. Multi-target here. Yeah, heal up, so we should be able to, with the bazooka, take these guys out. So, oh, nope, not really. Huh. Must have rolled low. But, yeah, one more round will take him out. In those instances, we can use Prin there to do some healing in battle. Ooh, a warrior. This is a monster that if you're kind of speedrunning or you're going to glitch out the final boss, this is one monster that you want to keep. You don't want to evolve past this form because it has the Saw ability. And the Saw, like I said, is glitched, and so it can one-hit KO stronger bosses. So probably also, like the Saw that we've been using, we can use it to KO Su-Zaku coming up, so. Alright, now we're heading down, so you want to hit the left of these like little elevators. That takes you down. Use our potions, because we have a few more treasure chests we want to get. Then we got this like darkened room. All these doors are basically dead ends, except for the one in the upper left, so that's the one we're going to head to. So, hey, we got another thunder enemy there. Bone, axe, sword, and saw. Axe is slightly stronger than sword, even though it appears above the list. Usually, the stronger abilities appear lower down on a monster's list, and I guess that's the way the game balances it, because if they put all the stronger abilities up front, when the monster attacks you, they'd use them more frequently. And obviously that would make the game more difficult, so they make it a little easier by tend to put the weaker abilities of the monsters up front. But for the warrior there, if you're looking for strong damage, its axe is slightly better than the sword. I think the axe multiplier is 8 and the sword is 6. So, but we don't have warrior, and we're not going to use that glitch eventually, so we'll just upgrade here. Those humanoid goblin type monsters. We have the giant there, and then we also have the titan. So both of our Prin monsters are in that same family. They did have, like I said, see they have Elec and ice, the other one has fire. They do have some good multi-targeting spells, but the problem is they have really low mana. Their specialty is strength. So, but unfortunately, strength abilities, they don't have multi-targeting strength abilities, so there's only one multi-targeting strength ability in the game, and it's bugged. So later on, there's a sword that you can get, the Excalibur, and that actually it's a strength-based weapon that attacks an entire group, but the problem is they messed it up. It doesn't factor in your character's strength, it factors in the strength of the enemy. So the stronger the enemy, the more damage it does. So there's also a little bit of a change from Excalibur in this game to the Japanese release. In the Japanese release, Excalibur, along with the Masamune sword, have infinite durability, and another sword, the glass sword, only has one use. In this game, all three of those swords, glass, Masamune, and Excalibur only have 50 durability, so. Now we got this room with a whole bunch of stairs, but there's only one that leads down, but it's on the opposite side of the stairs we came from. So, we got lucky here. We got the Tengu monster. So, that was one monster that we wanted to hunt down in this room. So it's a good thing we found it. So, put all the behemoths to sleep. It's a good thing that Tornado was low down on its priority. Tornado was a alt-hit spell, so hits everybody in our party, so it's a good thing it's low down on the list. The Tengu is a pretty deadly monster in the next game, Final Fantasy Legend 2, both when fighting it and as a party member. So, yeah, the next game also features monsters that you can use, so. It also has a new class, the robot, but that'll be in my next Let's Play, so. Almost done with this behemoth. Behemoth defeated. Oh, one more to go. Waste our bazooka. Maybe we can clear up some inventory, have the Kryn maybe equip the hyper cannon. Maybe get to show that off. So. Longbow's not too good. I've never used the longbow before, so I figured for this Let's Play I'll try it out, see what it's like. Who knows, it might have been a good weapon, but. Yeah. Ah, pudding monster. That's a good good monster. Look at the hit points on that guy. Wow. Got lucky there. So. But. Pretty decent monster. So. One of the monsters we're going to want at the end of the game is the upgraded pudding monster, the High Slime. So. And here we're finally down here in the basement of the skyscraper. We have this train here, which I guess doesn't make sense. Well, I can understand there being a train because this is like a futuristic city based, you know, like on modern day Tokyo. But the weird thing is, he never been led that, you know, that this is a world of ruin, that, you know, Su-Zaku's been hunting down everybody, and, you know, we haven't seen any most, you know, people, just small little settlements, you know, that where, that little city where, So-Cho lived, and then that other city, the electronics district, Ayoko, but those are the only, like, signs of life, you know, and many of the things in the Ayoko were, like, pets, I guess. They were, like, the lizard monsters that just you couldn't talk to. So, yeah, there's not a lot of people running around, but then we get into this train, and you'll see, there's, like, a bunch of commuters in there. Like, why are they going to, work? I don't see why there'd be a work here, you know. It's like post-apocalypse, you know. So, I'm gonna try to get into a fight with a certain enemy out here before we head into the train. So, let's wander around. Of course, when we want to fight this enemy, we're not gonna find it, but we'll eventually get it. So, it's not too rare, so we won't need to off-screen running into it. There we go, the Keller. So I don't know, that must be obviously a mistake. I guess they probably mean killer, but the weird thing is, like, you never know, because Nintendo at the time had a pretty strict, you know, policy about, you know, certain words getting in and religious symbols and all, alcohol references. That's why, like in Dragon Warrior games, like, you know, crosses in churches will just change to like a different symbol. Pubs will change to cafes. So they wanted to, I guess, maybe censor the killer out there, but they could have done a better job, you know. Bonk. Alright. So now we can head into the train. And we got a kind of rare enemy here, so I just off-screened a little bit here. Just try to wander around, try to find this enemy. Each car has a different encounter group in it, so we ready to run into this Minotaur. We've changed this in the Minotaur quite a few times, but now's our first time to be able to fight it, so kind of an annoying enemy because it has that O weapon. So if we got good spells, use the spells on it, because physical attacks are only going to do half damage. So while Prin takes out the Ammonite there on the left, the other people can all gang up on that Minotaur, take it out. So no. So let's head over to the next train here. And we'll eventually run into commuters, so... Oh, here's one guy right here. Where is Su-Zaku? To your left. Okay. Are they living in the train? I mean, the train's not moving. I don't know. Maybe it is. But I'm going to try to encounter an enemy in this area here. So we'll go as far as we can, so as soon as we encounter it, we can leave. Ah, the Chimera. They have that, they can be deadly because they have that 3 heads ability. Remember, the 3 heads is an ability that's going to be used by Ashura. We were told that Ashura controls the Archfiends. He's kind of like one of the big bads in the game. And he has the 3-head ability, so in order to make him more of a challenge, they buffed up the damage on that ability. But not just on his ability, but on any monster that has a 3 heads ability, so... Empty passenger car there. Another Minotaur. Dragons and lava worms. Ran into these guys. Some of them are in the nuclear waste room. So I don't know, it's kind of weird, you know. There's like these passengers, you know, you gotta wonder what's going on in their mind, you know. There's like two cars over, there's just some guy, some passenger, you know, I don't know what he's doing there. Maybe he's like said, I don't know, going to work or something, I don't know. But the point is, he's just, you know, there. And then a few cars over, there's dragons. Yeah, that'd be, I think maybe I'd walk to work. Dragons and lava worms and minotaurs. So change to a Skyla. We're gonna try to change Print eventually, like I said, to it's a pretty good monster. Ice Fire Wall. Here we have this passenger. It's a kind of a trap. Anytime we talk with this passenger, we get into a fight with an evil eye, and it never disappears. So, evil eye is pretty easy because we already fought one of them earlier. But technically, it's a tier higher up monster than the ones we're encountering here. It's an endgame level monster. So it's a good place if you're running a whole big monster party to get some stronger meat. To make your monster a little bit stronger, so I'm trying to get that transformation to the Golem family for one Prin. That's why we got rid of that pudding monster, even though it's a pretty good monster. I said we want to make a better monster, so there's a Toro enemy. That's the one monster that I missed in my last playthrough of this game. So, yeah, we can only find it here, and it's kind of a rarer monster, so... That's his ability, the wall that the Skyla has there. Hits all enemies, so... Used up our lightsaber, time to use the cat claw, but... That's okay, we're going to be using that one soon anyway, because we got Su-Zaku's coming up, so... The episode's going to run a little bit longer, but we don't have much more to go before we run into Su-Zaku, so... Finally, take him out. Bring peace back to this world. This guy's really hurting us. So... Cuddle? There we go. Take him out. So, let's heal ourselves up here. Running low on things. Now, you could eventually, if you want to, but we're so close to the end here. If you want, you can use like an elixir. That would restore Prin's all her stats and abilities. So, ooh, she got the foreseen. That allows us to potentially ambush enemies. So, keep heading on over. Hey, it's some golem. Where did they go? Up! You can't get away. You are finished. Now use that machine. So, yeah, you have to use the machine. You can't... If you try to talk with Su-Zaku, he says, like, what are you, a coward? And Sayaka just says, hey, you know, like, get away. So, yeah, you're forced to use the machine. Nullifies his force field, but we could have, of course, always used the saw ability to... Because we saw that. Took Su-Zaku out easily, but... we wouldn't be able to do it now because of Prin's, strength is higher than Su-Zaku's defense of 77. Prin has that 99 strength, so... But we have more than enough tools to take care of Su-Zaku. Su-Zaku is the, red bird, like we mentioned earlier, and, it represents the direction of south, season of summer, the color red, and the element of fire. I made it! Prin, you are great. Thanks for everything. My brother may be in heaven. Oh, by the way, here's what I found. You got the sphere! The fourth sphere! And, she's the next So-Cho. So I guess So-Cho wasn't, her brother's name, but, like, maybe her title, so... Maybe it's, a title for, like, leader or something, because he was the gang leader, so... But anyway, we got the fourth sphere, and so that means we can climb up further into the tower next time. Take care, thanks for following along. Bye!